Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Harmony One. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure you watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement with the swing high printed in January of 2022, the swing low printed in June of 2021. We retraced all the way down to our 1.618 target, which is your technical target after you lose the first fib level. If you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement to set up targets, feel free to check out the description. There's going to be a link to a video where I explain how to use the Fibonacci retracement. So zooming into the daily chart here, let's see what's going on. As you can see, we've been pumping pretty intensively with Harmony One. So from this low that we printed in December, we saw a move of 210%. So we did a 3x in almost 2 months here, which is actually less than 2 months, which is pretty impressive. We did not retrace all the way back up to the swing high that we printed in August, unfortunately, in August 2022, that is. However, we did break the November 2022 local high, which is pretty important. We quickly back tested it as support, but I still do want to see another move down and back test it as support once again. Potentially that's where the 55 EMA is still going to be at. But as you can see, we're dropping below the 20 EMA here on the daily. We're opening candles below it right now, and once you start doing that, typically that's when you see a pullback. And I would hope the 55 EMA is going to hold us as support, as well as this area where we just got rejected back in November. So yeah, 0.02156 is going to be your buying area. Now, below that, you have the 1.414 Fibonacci retracement. That's going to be roughly at 2 cents. And that's going to be another great entry for Harmony One. Below that, if we continue with a pullback, we have a support block here between 0.01712 down to, let me get that knob on, 0.01580. So that's going to be your support block, and that's simply because we did have multiple bounces off that area. As you can see, we had a bounce in June last year, we had a bounce in October last year, then we went below, broke down, then we had a move to the upside, back test as support in January this year, and then a stronger bounce to the upside into February. So potentially, if we do come back down, it's going to be all the way down to this purple support block, which is fine by me. That's still bullish because we're going to be way above this low that we printed in December. So hopefully we do come back down here, and hopefully all of you will have some cash to dollar cost average into Harmony One. Obviously, this is not a financial advice. You should do your own research and you should have your own financial strategy. But for now, that looks like a very strong support level for us to retest moving forward. Now, if we're taking a look at some resistance levels above, obviously we have this major resistance block from 0.03348 cents all the way up to 0.04731 cents. And that's where the swing low is of the large fib retracement. So we have this swing low that we still haven't retested. We have this swing low that we retested in August, but we haven't retraced all the way back up there yet. So maybe that's what's going to be coming in March before we see a stronger pullback in April or May. I don't know, but I do know that I'm ready with cash on the sidelines, and not specifically for Harmony One. I'm not dollar cost averaging into this project. And I don't think it's a bad project necessarily. It's just that I want to buy some other altcoins. But I'm sitting with cash on the sidelines right now. I'm obviously exposed to the markets, but I do have extra cash in case we see a pullback. So if you want to learn about my buys and my sells and what my portfolio looks like and how I'm preparing for the bull market, feel free to check out the Patreon. Now, if this is our bear market bottom, let's assume that, and let's take this swing low that we printed in December, and let's drag the fib all the way up to the all-time high in January last year. We'll be getting the 1.618 target at $3.74. From where we are right now, that is going to be a 15,500% move to the upside. So what I would say is be a little more conservative and let's target the 1.414 at $1.76. That's going to be a 7,000% move to the upside, which is more realistic. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, as you can see, we're pulling back down, and this light blue support trend line is something that I'm targeting right now, as we did see a break above it multiple times previously throughout 2022, but we haven't really seen a back test of support, and hopefully that's what's coming over here. If we fail to hold that as support, potentially we're going to be coming back down to retest the golden support block that we have here set up from 36.4 to 32.8. And as you can see, every time we had a bounce from there, we saw a pretty strong move to the upside. And every time we went below it, we saw an even stronger impulsive move to the upside. For example, back in June last year or right here in December. And the purple support block below is your sort of emergency entry, because every time we see a move back down there, we see an immediate recovery. And that's typical of the oversold zone, which is below the index of 30 on the RSI. So have that in mind. Also, we're printing a bearish divergence. Let me just confirm that, because we're doing that on pretty much every single chart, every single altcoin, including Bitcoin. So yeah, right now, well, we're pulling back down on the daily, so not really a bearish divergence, but over here, this was a huge bearish divergence, as you can see. Now we can jump over into the weekly chart on the Binance website. So taking a look at the weekly chart on Binance, as you can see, we're breaking out of this falling wedge. This is a very popular pattern right now across every single chart in the crypto markets, as we're simply breaking out of a falling wedge and moving to the upside. We still haven't really retested this August high, which is our technical target at 0.03090 cents, but maybe that's going to come within the next few days. Hopefully we can hold the 20 EMA as support, and once we do that, we're going to get pushed up above that resistance trend line that we printed in August. So you may have some sort of an ascending triangle playing out in the next few months, and then we see a break to the upside. Potentially that's what's going to happen. Also, we could see a very strong pullback back to the support block that we have, this green support block. Let me bring out the price tag so you know where the support block starts and ends. So this support block is based off of this swing low that we printed all the way back in August, and that's the swing high and the swing low that we printed in June of 2022 and August 2020 and June 2022. And if we come back down to retest that as support, even if we come back down all the way down to the bottom of the support block, it still would be considered a bullish retracement, a healthy retracement, as we're not going to be losing that December low, hopefully. As long as we don't do that, we're good for continuation here. But we do need to break this August high eventually, because if we fail to do that on multiple occasions, that's just a very strong sign that we're going to see a pullback down, because if you don't break resistance, you come back down. Now let's jump into the RSI on the weekly. So as you can see, we broke into this resistance block that we had set up from the swing low we printed in January last year and the swing high we printed in July of 2021. So this little support block that we had initially, and then we lost it, back tested it as resistance in March last year, and then we had this capitulation. So right now we're coming back and retesting it as resistance, so maybe we're going to be coming back down even further down than what we're doing right now, maybe even below the support block. So maybe we go all the way down here. That's the RSI sitting at 41. That's going to be a very nice entry for anyone looking to buy Harmony One, as we did see a bounce there back in March of 2022. Now you also have a low here in October of 2022, so I may just add that in as well. Actually, you know what? Let's just add a support block. That's going to be easier to visualize it. There we go, and let's remove that trend line there. There we go. So that's going to be the support block we're targeting right now. And this above is going to be our resistance block. So we're moving back down, and hopefully around the RSI of 43 to 41, that's where we see the retracement to, and from there we see another impulsive move to the upside. I am expecting to get overextended in August, because usually we do see a strong impulsive move to the upside during the summertime. So hopefully that's something that's going to happen. Yeah, overall, I think we covered everything that I wanted to cover regarding Harmony One. We're simply retracing to the August high, as a lot of altcoins are doing right now, and I'm waiting for a pullback, for a healthy retracement back down for continuation. And hopefully the FOMC meeting isn't going to drop the markets down very, very negatively, but if they do, then obviously that's good for us, because we are able to buy in at these low prices. So that's everything. Thank you all for watching. If you want to check out my Patreon or Twitter, the links are down below in the description. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night or great day wherever you are. Goodbye.